So the traditional houses of Kerala, especially in the south part of Kerala, were built in timber, and the timber used was mainly country wood, not teak wood. So they are all cute structures, humble structures. Height will be below the foliage of the neighboring tree. So in the year 1994, an offer came from the owner of such a traditional house in Kottayam district, Vaikam, to donate his ancestral home for some philanthropic project. The house was around 300 square meter, single storied, all in wood. Comparatively well maintained. So the donor requested to commence or organize the philanthropy project in that location in Vaikam, which was a remote area. But it was not feasible. So, and the NGO which came in between, to which I was also a part of, volunteered to transplant the building from Vaikam to the capital city of Kerala, Thiruvananthapuram, some 200 kilometers away. Since it is in wood, we selected the summer time, means just after the northeastern monsoon, up to the commencement of the next year southwest monsoon. The 6 months we selected for the transplantation work, because since it is wood, once it is dismantled, the timber pieces may get spoiled. So the plan was documented, and every single piece of timber, which are the constituent members of the timber wall, the smallest will be something like a smartphone size, that much. So every piece of timber was identified and numbered systematically. That time computer and all those things were not available, so we manually did it. And then after the systematic documentation with a color code and numbering system, both x-axis and y-axis of a given wall. So every room will have such 4 walls, and that building had about 12 walls, and then common spaces and corridors and so on and so forth, verandas and so on and so forth. So all were numbered. It took almost 1 week to. Then from roof down, first we removed the tiles and then the battens and then the rafters, and like that we removed every piece one by one and stacked it. So within 3 weeks or so, the dismantling was over. By the time we set the foundation for the transplanted structure in the in its new area in the capital city, that was made ready, and immediately, so it took about 9 truck tons of material, timber, tiles and granite pieces mainly. So we commenced the reinstallation process in the new site above the foundation which already was built. The same team of artisans, carpenters, blacksmiths, masons who dismantled the building landed in the new site to erect it. And exactly it was erected, taking only 6 months. So the domestic structure was adapted for a philanthropic project where women in distress, children in distress, de-addiction, psychiatric care, psychological care, so on, etc., are offered. So it became a what you call a prayer space and core space in that new institution. So everything was placed in order. Roofing tiles were paved again. And we did not go for any painting work. All the dirt and foreign materials which were stuck to the wooden panels, wooden members, were carefully scraped down, and we did not apply any coating because the technical advice we got it that since it has weathered over some 300 years or so, there is no need of protecting it further with any paint or any chemical. So it went on well. So within 6 months, with the total involvement of the artisans who dismantled it, we reinstalled it, put everything intact. So that time the expense was something like 9 lakh or so, 9 lakh rupees or so. The work was completed and it was dedicated for the philanthropic purpose. So it was a wonderful experience. So otherwise the structure would have been gone to hell in its original location because it was in a remote area. All sort of misuse and abuse might have happened to that structure. Since it was in a remote area, no alternative function was possible over there. Now for the last 25 years, the structure is intact, it's very actively used. It's a destination for a best example of maintaining Kerala domestic architecture. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you.